everyone. Good day to everyone, and thank you for being with us today. Welcome back for this new session of AxelTech Live. Today I'm here with Claudio Astorri.
Hi.
Who
Hi,
is
guys.
going to be our guest of honor, since we are talking about our DJPro, so our radio automation software. So thank you again for joining us. Sorry we are a bit late today, but we are going to catch up with everything. Thank you for connecting with us. If you are using YouTube or Facebook, you know that you can always use the live chat. On YouTube, you can just click over the little bell here above. On Facebook, just use the live chat as usual. Actually, thank you again to our Gianluca Righi, the director of all these sessions, and to Stefano Grego, who is always organizing these live events. So, Claudio, thank you again for being with us today.
Thank you to you, and nice really talking to everybody on the other end. Maybe we receive some messages also
yes,
today.
Hopefully. Please write down anything, and more importantly, if you would like to receive all the updates about the future events, you can subscribe to this channel, and of course you can write down any feedback, who is always very, very welcome. So if you will enjoy this session, please do not, or not, please do not hesitate to write down all your thoughts. Claudio, DJPro, which is more like an environment that
yes.
a basic software. We like to discuss about it as an environment. Why? Can you just explain just a little bit?
Oh, yes. Starting from radio is a living being, okay? I think everybody agrees with that, because if it is not a living being, maybe it's not radio. It's a music channel, it's something else. And DJPro is really the heart. So this is the reason why we are talking about DJPro, which is a key element into an integrated system into a radio station. So we have the heart, we have then other parts of the body, okay, that help, of course, the living being to act. And apart from DJPro, which is essentially the on-air system, so it's the audio server, is everything that is connected to audio, but not only, also to services and whatever helps programming a radio station. We have then DJware, that is an addition to DJPro, supporting higher demands coming from the music department of a radio station. If you want to take care, but really in a very detailed manner, of the selection and the programming of music, then DJware is the software for you. It's very powerful, and it gives DJPro a step ahead on regard of music programming. We have on the other end also Ramcom, which is another part of the suite. Ramcom is the traffic system that is scheduling and organizing advertising. So all the programming of spots, a very powerful tool. It's not just traffic, it's statistics, is a little bit of CRM probably. It's a very powerful tool in order to manage the business of radio. So we have these two components that are the main components of the DJPro suite. And then we have, of course, VJPro, which is the visual radio, our very successful visual radio. And then we have also Social Hub and some other minor apps that we might also see in some cases, that in any case help DJPro to be really the best one for your radio station.
Yeah, of course. So we like to talk about environment because actually the solution is totally scalable. I mean, with
yes.
DJPro only, the classic version, you can already achieve to really a huge amount of things. But then, of course, if your organization is going to grow up, you don't have any issue. You can adapt, you can add on something and upgrade to
exactly.
just by adding some further tool. Okay.
Yes.
And speaking about tools, which is another thing that DJPro in its standard version is really rich of. So we are always in all of our products, so for both TV and radio actually, we are always working in order to improve, and also we are always listening to the suggestions coming from our customers. So normally our products are gaining tools day by day, so that we lost control of it sometimes, because
Yes.
I am aware of something new, maybe because some customer is asking me how to use it. So sometimes, yeah. In this really huge amount of tools and add-ons that DJPro can offer, which are your favorite?
Well, there are two ones, and they probably came out in a higher usage from the clients due to the pandemic. So there was a higher demand, and there still is a higher demand of remote broadcasting. Sometimes from homes, and sometimes, and hopefully more in the time, from external events. We have DJ Live Remoter. That is a very interesting tool, allowing any host or any technician being outside the radio station to have full control and a very professional control over the DJPro being sitting into the radio station. I think this is one of the best tools of the DJPro suite in terms of contemporary usage. And then we have also the voice tracks. The voice track app, let us call that, so is very relevant because it allows, of course, to record programs maybe during the night time or the night shift, during the weekend shift. You can pre-record programs, just, of course, inserting the audio editions coming from hosts directly in the clock positions that you have established before. So very effective. Whoever is recording a program knows exactly where his audio contribution will be placed and will be played. And this is another solution that is, in some cases, being more used during the pandemic.
Yeah, of course. And I would like to remind to you that all the tools that Claudio already mentioned, and the ones that we are going to discover later, are totally free. They come with the software.
Yes.
And in case you don't have the more recent version of the software, you can get them just updating the software, so just purchasing the annual license of our remote assistance and software update contract. So in case you don't reach the tools we are mentioning, no worries, they will come for free if you just update the software. So just contact both me or my colleagues or our support department in order to get the quote for the annual renew of the remote assistance. So Claudio, let's go to the core, to the very, very core of this session today. I am so happy we are going to do this. It's like my the goal of my entire career. So we are going to discover the top 5 of the reasons why we should use DJPro. Okay. So
we have a chart,
yes,
like in radio.
Yes.
We will start from number 5, and then climbing up to number 1.
Yes, up to the first reason.
The lower the numbers, the greater the hits, as Casey Kasem said, a very relevant host of the American Top 40. Well, let us start with number 5.
Yes, number 5. So we also have a nice CG that is going to come with all the different positions of the chart.
Wow.
So number 5, we have advertisement split management. What can you say about the advertisement split management features in DJPro?
It's a market-driven feature. You have maybe large areas covered by your radio stations. but you have different markets within. So, for example, you have 3 big regions or simply 3 big cities, and you would like to have spots, advertising spots being played separately on the different areas. This is what we typically call internationally the advertising splits. This is quite relevant, not in all markets, frankly, but in many parts of the world. Sometimes it is forbidden by law. In some other cases, you can do that. But I would add another thing. Another reason is the web, because the advertising splits can help you create business and make business on the web.
Yes, and just one of the new features that we developed in the last months is the full integration with Triton, so with one of the providers of the programmatic advertisement in the web. So if you have a channel, a radio channel with streaming or going to the web, and you would like, and you are using DJPro, or you are planning to change your radio automation, and you are also willing to use this new possibility, with DJPro you can use both and of course have an increase in your gains.
I think this is an interesting feature. It definitely deserves the top 5 because it's a business-based feature. And we take your business.
Yes, we care about your business.
We take care about the business, yes.
Okay, so let's move to number 4 of our chart. So number 4 of the reasons why you should use DJPro would be the integrated management.
Yes, someone calls all this automation, okay. Yes, there is a lot of automation. But if you are in an organization composed probably by 2, 3, 4 people, you will see that the main benefit is the integration. Is all people working for the same aim, for the same mission, combining their efforts for one excellent editorial output. So integrated management is a key issue into DJPro because it has a menu that expresses this feature, this proposal, very, very well and very, very simply. You have different areas, and you can also have different accesses by users, and you can have even protections. Songs is of course a key access because music is for most stations the principal content, the main content. Then we have audio. Audio can be interviews, can be an ID jingle, can be anything that you play that is not music. Audio being not music. And there is an excellent and separated management for this type of production that has to be aired. Advertising, of course, spots, the traffic people, the traffic manager, or the programmer of the advertising spots can access this area. We have then news, an interesting news section where you can pre-record newscasts very effectively, even with single features being then programmed during the day or when you want. And then we have scheduling and other more features. It's a sum of competence. So it's a center of competence of different aspects in the radio station that give, of course, all these diversities the opportunity to join and to be placed in just one single big programming. Very nice. It's a team playing. I like the idea that radio is a team playing, and DJPro is very team. It's very helpful towards teams.
Great. That's a great description of it. So we also have 2 interventions from our audience today. So from Maya Reloaded, thank you for sending the question. Is DJPro Classic a turnkey rec unit or software only? So Maya, as I would say any of our solution, it is fully scalable, which means that you can purchase the software only, and then we will be glad to suggest you the best possible hardware and audio card according also to the console you are using. Or you can purchase the turnkey with only the workstation and the software, or you can also purchase the full turnkey like this one that we are using for our live sessions. So there are many different possibilities to purchase the DJPro. If you have any further doubt, or if you would like to receive a proposal, just write to sales@axeltechnology.com, and both me or my colleagues would be more than glad to answer to you. And then from Suhilaji is mentioning Cristiano Cinelli, who is one of my colleagues in the sales department, is about support and updates the software. Yes, Cristiano is the person in charge in our office in order to send all the proposals for the remote assistance renewal. So yes, you can always refer to Cristiano in order to get your quote. So we can move to our
Number 3.
Okay, number 3 of our chart. So number 3 of the reasons why you should use DJPro Classic is audio perfection.
Yes. Well, audio perfection means a lot of things. First of all, in terms of ingest, in terms of import, you have all the possibilities, all the flexibility. You can, frankly, import any kind of audio format and still have it at work on the air. Of course, for music and for what you can achieve in terms of excellent, you should use the best formats available in order to have the better quality. But if you are in a hurry, if you have a quick interview or whatever, or an external phone call, you can frankly use whatever you want and you have it on the air, depending on the quality you recorded. This is the first part. So the ingest and the flexibility and the input is essential. But then you can treat the audio in an excellent way. This is
a sample.
Yes, a sample of a song. And you can see, of course, the 3 minutes, 23 seconds and 19 that are the length or the duration, better, of the song. Of course, you can decide the precise, the very exact point where the song should start. It's the initial trim. You can do the same, of course, for the finishing trim, or the so-called out trim. You can even have a hook, so you can take a hook because you can use it in promos or for other uses. But as you can see, you have a lot of buttons, frankly. You have a lot of controls. You have BPM. You have a lot of ways to make sure that the song is played on the air exactly as you want. Because one thing important in radio is really the following. Once you decide that this is the format of the song that you play, anytime that format should be played, and not a different one.
It's like a signature, actually, for a radio station. So it's very important to have the full control.
Yes.
And, of course, to be confident with the software you are using in order to achieve it.
There is another last part for the audio perfection that is not taking care just of the single file, of the single element, but the combination, the sequence that you can have from a jingle to a song can really be perfected. There is a very powerful editor, so you can even control what the sequence would sound before putting it on air, and move and really track exactly how volumes or other features of the audio components should move in the flow. So I think this is a good reason. audio perfection, number three.
Definitely, it is. So we have another question coming from Maya. Tell me more about the live remote. Can you host guests with live remote through outside broadcast? Well, Maya, we are going a little far in the technical point of view, which is not the focus of this. Now,
we just show
briefly,
how it
yes,
is.
we just show how it works. But then in order to understand how we should manage it for your radio, it's always better to discuss, you know, because maybe you have some very specific
Yes.
layout or architecture. So we will be more than glad to discuss it with you. Just write down an email with your contact, and we will call you back at the end of the live. So we can understand your needs and give you the perfect solution. Generally speaking, yes, you can use the DJLive remote from your house or from the beach if you are managing any live event, as Claudio already told us. So let's go back to our chart, because we are getting very, very close to the top. So top 5 reasons why you should use DJPro. At the number 2, we have redundancy.
Yes.
So what can you tell us about the redundancy in DJPro?
I think that any radio professional joining this webinar knows, this live session knows, that consistency, continuity are key values if you broadcast. So you can't pause. You can't just switch on. You can have a transmitter simply being broken. You have to have a second one transmitting immediately. And so in the audio chain within the radio station and the organization. So here at Axel Technology, there is a full awareness of these values, and they are into our products, and particularly into the software, I would say also in the software suite for radio. So anything has been studied in order to give you continuity. Whatever happens, DJPro will continue to broadcast. You can have a lot of losses, a lot of technical problems within the computer, but DJPro still continues. So there is, first of all, a term that is strength, I would say. It's a strong system, very solid system. One thing that clients love of DJPro is it's solid. And I think that people using several systems knows what I'm talking about their reliability.
Yes.
It has been studied very, very well by this point of view. And then we have also something new coming.
Yes, we have the full integration with the SQL environment. So once again, we completed the full integration. We started it actually some time ago for a very huge project we are managing in India with the national radio. So yes, now we are 100% fully integrated with SQL systems. So it is something more related, of course, as you were saying very well, Claudio, with the reliability of the system.
And now,
so now we are already there. So happy to do this today. So in our chart of the 5 reasons why you should use DJPro, number 1 is
ease of use.
Okay, ease of use. So all the things basically that we mentioned are very, very easy to achieve.
It's a very complex system with a very easy interface. This is having the best from both worlds.
Yes.
I mean, so I would like to show you how the GUI looks like. Here you can see it, and it's very, very simple. You have on the higher part what's going on, what's going on the air at the present time, and then of course you have the following events that are scheduled. Now, naturally, you have a count up, count down, so you have a full control of where you are in terms of timing. And if you want to change something, because radio is also lots of changes, you can immediately, for example, open the audio editor, and if you want, you can perfection the sequence, the sweep between an audio file and the following one, between an event and the following one. And also in terms of other features, you can easily access, for example, hotkeys. Mm-hmm. You have a program, you need applause, you need somebody laughing. You have all your pre-coded sound effects there immediately ready, and you see you don't have to move into other screens. You have everything there. You have also, if you want, thanking to Social Hub, which is a component of the DJPro suite, you have also the possibility of reading messages from social networks within DJPro. And you have also the presenter board, which is another of the numerous tools that DJPro has. And you can have here biographies of artists or whatever can help hosts to have a better performance on the air. So very easy. And also in the top right side, we have a very simple specification about being automatic or manual. And then we have level controls, we have features, traffic information in terms of advertising. So in one place, in one screen, and thanking also to other buttons, you have everything you need to be on the air. And I think it's nice to be on the air if
yes, and feel confident.
Yes, if you can be confident, and if you can immediately find whatever it is required in each time, in each moment.
Yeah, yeah. I would tell that DJPro answers to some needs. We listen to the customers, and I think that within the years we achieve a product that answers to the needs of the final user. So it is at every level. I mean, not only the DJ who is going to use it at the end of the chain, but also the production and everyone involved in the radio organization.
Yes, definitely.
So very nice. Let me just recap, okay, our top 5 chart.
An excellent announcer. Congratulations,
So at number
Simona.
5, we had advertisement split management. At number 4, we had integrated management. At number 3, we had audio perfection. At number 2, we had redundancy. At number 1, ease of use. Okay, so thank you everyone for being with us. We don't have any further question, I would say, no? So please do remind to subscribe to our channel or to follow us through our socials, so mostly Facebook, because we are going to have huge news on the following weeks. So please keep update with our channels, with all of our channels. Thank you again, Claudio, for being with us. It's been a huge pleasure, and I'm sure that we are going to do this again. Very soon. Okay. And so thank you for joining us today, to everyone who followed this live session. Again, if you need any kind of information, do not hesitate to write to our address sales@axeltechnology.com or directly to me or my colleagues if you are already in contact with us. Thank you, everyone, and talk to you very, very soon. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, Simona.